Hello and welcome to another episode of Differential Calculus with Sir R Squared. In this video, we're going to discuss about derivatives of hyperbolic and inverse hyperbolic functions. We are referencing Calculus with Analytic Geometry by Thurman Peterson. Learning Objectives and Outcomes. Ang pangunahing layunin ng bidyong ito ay maturuan ang mga mag-aaral kung paano mag-solve ng derivatives of hyperbolic and inverse hyperbolic function. At ang kahihinatnan ay matututunan ng mga mag-aaral ang pagsosolve ng derivatives of hyperbolic and inverse hyperbolic function at magamit ito sa aktwal na aplikasyon na may kaugnayan sa siyensya, engineering at teknolohiya. Disclaimer: ang bidyong ito ay ginawa ng may akda upang magamit sa pagtuturo ng matematika at maging sandigan ng mag-aaral sa kanilang pag-aaral ng kalkulus. Ang bidyong ito ay maaaring mai-download ng walang bayad or for free sa www.youtube.com. Ano man pong maling paggamit sa bidyong ito maliban sa nasa saad sa taas ay hindi po responsibilidad ng may akda. This video is not regulated by the institution. Any flaws in this video is at author's imperfection. Let us start by defining what is a hyperbolic function. In mathematics, hyperbolic functions are analogues of the ordinary trigonometric functions, but defined using the hyperbola rather than the circle. Just as the points cosine t, sine t from the circle with a unit radius, the points hyperbolic cosine t and hyperbolic sine t from the right half of the unit hyperbola. Also, just as the derivatives of sine t and cosine t in the trigonometric functions are cosine t and negative sine t respectively, the derivatives of the hyperbolic sine t and hyperbolic cosine t are hyperbolic cosine t and positive hyperbolic sine t respectively. Tagalugin po natin para mas lalo po nating maipaliwanag ng husto. Yung hyperbolic functions daw po ay para din daw pong trigonometric functions yan. Kaya lamang daw po ang hyperbolic functions ay dinefine using the hyperbola rather than the unit circle kung saan doon po dinerive ang trigonometric functions. Kung ang trigonometric functions daw po ay mayroong cosine t at sine t from the unit circle, ganun naman din po ang hyperbolic function na nag-form sa right half of the unit hyperbola. At ganun din daw po kung may derivative din daw po ang trigonometric function ng sine t which is cosine t, at yung cosine t, ang derivative naman niya ay negative sine t sa trigonometric functions. Dito po sa hyperbolic functions ay may derivative din daw po. Pareho din ng derivative, kaya lamang daw po ay positive po pareho yung derivative ng sine and cosine. Yung tatlo pong primary functions dito sa hyperbolic function which is sine, cosine, and tangent, ang derivative daw po nun ay pare-parehong positive. At yung reciprocal nila, yun ay lahat negative. Yun po ang kinaibahan sa trigonometric at sa hyperbolic function. Hyperbolic functions occur in the calculations of angle and distances in hyperbolic geometry. They occur in the solutions of many linear differential equations. Kagaya daw po ng catenary. Yung catenary daw po ay kapag meron kang dalawang poste connected by a cable, yung pagsag ng cable na yon, yun daw po ay tinatawag na catenary. Ito rin daw po ay useful sa cubic equations and Laplace equations in Cartesian coordinates. Yan daw pong Laplace equations are important in many areas of physics including electromagnetic theory, heat transfer, fluid dynamics, and special relativity. Ipinapauna ko po na ang lecture na ito ay hindi po tungkol sa hyperbolic functions. This lecture will not discuss about the rudiments of hyperbolic functions, but rather we will focus on how to get the derivatives of hyperbolic functions. Hyperbolic functions was discussed thoroughly during trigonometry class. But here in differential calculus, we will focus on getting the derivatives of hyperbolic functions. Nevertheless, in the following slides, we will show the definition, identities, and formulas for hyperbolic functions, as well as the formulas for differentiation of hyperbolic and inverse hyperbolic functions. This slide shows the definition of hyperbolic functions in terms of natural exponential functions. This slide shows some of the important hyperbolic identities that we can apply in the process of getting its derivatives. This slide shows the comparison between hyperbolic and trigonometric identities. Here is another slide showing the comparison between hyperbolic and trigonometric identities. Here are some more hyperbolic identities. Narito po ang formulas for derivatives of hyperbolic functions. We are left without any other choice but to memorize this kasi nga mas madali pang i-memorize ito kaysa po i-derive natin isa-isa. So herewith is the list and it is up for you to memorize. Herewith is the formulas for the derivatives of inverse hyperbolic functions. Again, we are left without any other choice but to memorize this because it is much easier to memorize this than to derive this. Bago po tayo mag-solve ng mga problems involving hyperbolic functions, alamin po muna natin yung mga pronunciations na ginagamit dito, no? Para hindi po tayo mahirapan at hindi po marami yung ating mga sinasabi pag nagsosolve tayo ng problems. For hyperbolic sign, we can say sinh. Sinh. For hyperbolic cosine, we can say cosh. Cosh. For hyperbolic tangent, we can say tanh. Tanh. For hyperbolic cotangent, we say cot. Cot. For hyperbolic secant, we can say sech. Sech. And for hyperbolic cosecant, we say cosech. Cosech. Okay, we can now then proceed in solving hyperbolic functions. Problem number 1. Find y prime for y is equal to x sech x. We say solution. Basically, we will do the same. Kung anong ginagawa natin sa algebraic, yun din po ang gagawin natin dito sa hyperbolic. Parehong-pareho lamang po ng process, maging trigonometric, hyperbolic, at saka algebraic. Obviously, we will have here a product rule. We call this as the inside and this one as the outside. Therefore, we say y prime is equal to, we copy the inside, x, and then we multiply by the derivative of the outside. What is the derivative of sech x? Pareho daw po ng derivative, yung trigonometric at hyperbolic, kaya lang nagkakaiba sa sign. Yung tatlong primary functions, which is sine, cosine, and tangent, lahat daw po yun ay positive. Lahat ng kanilang reciprocal ay negative. Ito pong sech ay reciprocal ng cos, kung kaya't negative po yan. Ano nga po ba ang derivative ng second u sa trigonometric function? Ang derivative po nun ay second u tangent u du dx. Ganon din po dito, sabihin po nating sech x tanh x pero negative, and then we multiply by du dx, which is 1. Tapos na po yung first part natin sa product rule, and then plus the outside, which is sech x and then times the derivative of the inside, which is 1. Okay, let us try to rearrange things. Y prime is equal to, unahin na natin itong positive, sech x minus sech x times x tanh x. Okay, yan po yung magiging rearrangement niya, no? Obviously, we have a common factor, which is sech x. Saan daw po galing itong x na to? Ayun po, minultiply natin doon, Nilagay ko na lang po sa gitna para paglabas natin, pinapa-obvious ko lang po ng gusto. Pag inilabas natin yung sech x, kitang-kita, So, we will have y prime is equal to, labas natin tong sech x na to, sech x times the quantity 1 minus x tanh x, and we will have our final answer. Okay. Problem number 2. We are asked to find y prime for y is equal to sech squared of x. So we can rewrite this one as y is equal to sech of x quantity squared. Bakit po natin ginawa yan? Para mas malinaw po sa atin pag nag-chain rule tayo, So obviously, the solution will be chain rule. We say solution y prime is equal to the derivative of the outside, which is 2, and then copy the inside, sech x, and then mawawasan na yung tung yun, mawawala na yung exponent dahil 1 na lang yun, And then we have to multiply by the derivative of the inside, which is negative sech x tanh x du dx, which is 1. Therefore, if we are going to rearrange things here, we will have y prime is equal to negative 2, and then we multiply sech squared x, then tanh x. Okay. So, ganyan po, Pasensya na po at medyo naninibago tayo sa mga tawag, kaya medyo dadahan-dahan tayo dahil ang mga pronunciation dito ay nakakapanibago, So, basically, ito po yung magiging final answer natin. We have problem number 3. Find y prime for y is equal to ln of sinh x squared. So, we say solution. Medyo sariwa pa sa alaala po natin ito dahil nakakatapos lang natin ng derivatives of logarithmic functions. Pag ln daw po, ang derivatives daw po niyan ay u prime over u. Let us identify what is u. U is equal to sinh x squared. If that is u, what will be u prime? U prime will be cos x squared times du dx. That will be times 2x. So this will be our u prime. Let us rearrange. The order of the factors does not affect the product. 2x cos x squared. So basically, u prime over u, y prime, therefore, is equal to 2x cos x squared all over u, which is sinh x squared. Okay, but cos over sinh, cosine over sine, will be cotangent. O edi pwede po natin sabihin y prime is equal to 2x cot x squared. Cot po, may h po, ano? Alright, that will be our final answer. Problem number 4 po tayo, no? Find y prime for y is equal to ln of sinh x, wherein x is greater than 0. So parang parehas lang po ng problem natin kanina. We say solution. So u prime over u po, ang derivative of ln of u with respect to x is equal to u prime over u. Let us identify what is u. U is equal to sinh x, and then u prime will be equal to cos x. Okay, and then we say y prime is equal to u prime, which is cos x over sinh x, and that will be equal to cot x. Therefore, y prime is equal to cot x, and that will be our final answer. We have problem number 5. Find y prime for y is equal to sinh tan x. Obviously, we will have here chain rule. So we say solution. Y prime is equal to, let us do the chain rule, the derivative of the outside. What is the outside function? That is sinh. The derivative of sinh is cos, and then copy the inside, tan x, times the derivative of the inside, which is secant squared x. Therefore, if we try to rearrange things here, we will have y prime is equal to cos tangent x all over, this is secant squared. We can rewrite that as 1 over cosine squared of x. So let us bring this one to the denominator and say this will be cosine squared of x. We can have that in this form, and let us just erase this one. Okay, so this will be our final answer. We have problem number 6. Find y prime for y is equal to sinh of ln of x. So we have a function within a function. This is a function within a function, so the solution will be chain rule. Whenever you have a function within a function, chain rule po tayo, no? We say y prime will be equal to the derivative of the outside function. The outside function is, since the derivative is cosh, copy the inside, ln of x, then we have to multiply it by the derivative of the inside. Derivative of ln of x is equal to 1 over x. But we can still simplify this by the definition. Tandaan po natin yung definition ng cos of x is equal to e to the x plus e to the negative x all over 2. Meron daw po tayong ganitong definition. Ngayon, kung ano po raw yung nandito, yun din dapat yung nandun. Kung kaya't, meron tayong cos of ln of x, mangyayari dito sa into e to the ln of x. Okay, ganyan po ang gawin natin. Let us try to substitute this one there. We have here y prime is equal to e to the ln of x plus e to the negative ln of x over 2 multiplied by 1 over x. Okay, ito po ay definition, ano? Verify definition. Tapos, ito raw pong e to the ln of x, e to the ln of x, may identity raw po yan is equal to x. Tapos, yung e to the negative ln of x, meron din daw pong identity yan, which is 1 over x. Ito po, ilagay po natin, verify identities, no? Ayan, nilagay ko po para pag nag-aaral kayo, malaman nyo kung saan nanggaling yan. Both this one and this one, you have to verify doon sa mga naunang ipinakita natin na slides, ano? Okay, kung magkaganon man, kaya po daw natin i-simplify ang ating numerator. So, let us simplify the numerator by providing a space here. We say y prime is equal to, so ano po daw ito? Ito will be x plus 1 over x over 2 multiplied by 1 over x. And then this is a complex fraction. Ang ating daw pong LCD is x. So we multiply both the numerator and the denominator by x over x. So, tingnan nga po natin, y prime is equal to x squared. Ito po yun, ano? Plus 1 over 2x squared. So, ito po ang ating magiging final answer. We have problem number 7. Find y prime for y is equal to tan of x squared. And we say solution. This is just a straightforward solution. We say the derivative of y, which is y prime, is equal to the derivative of tan is sec. Sec is squared of x squared times du dx, which is 2x. Okay, so we can write this as y prime. Pwede natin itong gawing reciprocal, 2x over cos squared of x squared. So this will be our final answer. We have problem number 8. Find y prime for y is equal to x sin x minus cos x. So we are going to treat this separately. Ito po at saka ito. Yung first part natin will be a product rule and the second part will be straightforward, no? We have solution. Y prime is equal to, this is the inside, x times the derivative of the outside, which is cos x du dx, and then plus sinh x times 1 minus the derivative of cos x will be sinh x times 1. Okay, so that will be our y prime. If we notice this one will be cancelled out. Therefore, what we'll have here is y prime is equal to x cos of x. And this will be our final answer. For ease of uploading, we shall terminate at this point and be back with a part 2 for more examples in the derivatives of hyperbolic and inverse hyperbolic functions. At sa wakas ng lahat ng bagay, tayo po'y magpasalamat sa Panginoon Diyos sa pagbibigay sa atin ng lakas at buhay upang mapag-aralan at matutunan ang mga bagay nito. Ang lahat ng parangal at papuri ay sa iyo, Diyos amang makapangyarihan sa lahat, na naghahari noon, ngayon at magpakailanman, magpasawalang hanggan. Amen. To God be the glory.